Black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
Black Americans have really done a lot, especially for themselves and for the black race in general. Because you can still see black people own this, own that.
Yeah.
So, black people are not as successful as they are here.
Right.
It's already there, it's already given. And fine, we're benefiting from that, but then again, somebody else would have done it.
Well, guess what? Someone has done it for us back home. Africa will not be where it is today. For the last 20 years, your parents have told you that you see somebody, a man pleating his hair, is a useless person. Black Americans also look at us and say, this is what local people. Maybe for the first time you're climbing escalator for the first time and you are acting all funny. Like all these local Africans, right? We can try and present a unified front. But the truth is that we have different cultures.
Which one is worse, tribalism or racism?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember during that Black Panther movie when they made that. You know, they say, oh, the guy who played it, he's not really from Africa, he's African America. There's always all this like tension. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Diaspora Chatter, the #1 podcast in the world. We're here to deliver a fresh new episode. I'm joined by my two magnificent hosts, Otis and Mosi. What's going on, guys?
Magnificent, quintessential, pristine, eloquent. I'm glad to be back in. If I go give all the synonyms, we know the dictionary. It's very exciting to be here. Always look forward to this. It gives me great euphoria to be here. So glad to be here. And
looks like you like that euphoria word so much. You use that all the time. I've noticed.
Yeah. In my recent life, I just like to be in a euphoric state. So that's why you hear me use it a lot.
Yeah.
Let me adjust my cap. Like I say, this episode will tough.
You can say that again.
Because two things. Man, first of all, hi guys. Happy to be back. The first I'm going to say is that I don't understand the way Rookie behaves us when we start this podcast. I'm becoming suspicious. Please, I don't have money to that show. Because this one, Valentine just finished. Now, like say you don't broke in the final. I think we should just add euphoria to this name. Euphoric.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Eclectic, euphoric Austin. Or whatever.
All right. So, so if you're just watching us, this is what we do. We talk about life here in diaspora. We're here in the United States. And right now it's February and it's Black History Month. You know, so we're going to talk about that. You know, we're black. Drum roll, yeah. So Black History Month is it's an interesting time here in the United States. It's interesting because as Africans in diaspora, we have to. Let me just ask you guys straight up: how do you guys feel as Africans here? Do you feel like Black History Month applies to you?
There's a discrepancy between our culture and the history of Black Black History Month. We didn't participate in the history, so our sentiments are kind of different. So I would say we say Black people participate, but for Africans, we just show solidarity. We kind of show empathy towards us. We how do I put it? We show some sentiment, but not exact, because we're still far from what it is. We have our own cultural diversity and experiences. So I would say some people celebrate, some people observe from afar, and the summary of it is that we just show solidarity for it.
You don't really feel connected to it?
Not 100%, because I was not involved in the struggle.
Okay.
And I had a different struggle from a different culture, and it's all different for what I see. This is kind of a mixed culture. It's not like unique for an African.
Yeah.
So I observe, I show solidarity, but my sentiments are not 100% or for me, or maybe for most other people. It's just kind of mixed.
Mostly, do you feel the same way too?
I would say yes. I mean, and there's an explanation for it, really. Black History Month really is about the American racial system as it relates to African Americans. As a, it's not really something. It's not a. It's not a celebration of global Black culture, Black excellence, right? It's more about the American racial system. So while I respect the day, I mean, to be honest, the first time I ever heard about Black History Month was when I relocated here. I never knew about it, and I'm sure that goes across a lot of Africans, not just Africans, Black people. We have Black people all over the world, South America, right? So it's actually an American celebration. Respect is 100%. I mean, I've read about this. I've read about a lot of the heroes, right? I mean, my kids in school, they have to talk about a different hero every month, every February, right? So they have to do like presentations. So I understand what it is. I respect it 100%. I mean, but I don't feel connected to it, no, because I didn't live that experience.
Yeah, I'm the same way too. Like I feel a little disconnect with it, and it's interesting that they call it Black History Month and not African American History Month, right? It's technically
Yes.
yeah.
So,
So which it's interesting to me because the word black, for those watching from outside United States, black is a very interesting word here. It could mean everyone whose skin is black like this, or everyone who is of African American descent.
but are you really Black?
Exactly. I was
Oh,
going
it's just literally the word. I don't know. Because I have some Black stuff.
As black as this.
You're not Black.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've had this conversation with someone
Yeah.
to tell me if we're Black. Is it literally Black or it's just like a contrast? They couldn't. This is the opposite of white, so we just call it this.
Yeah, black could either mean your literal complexion or from Africa, or of African descent.
It's understandable why we don't feel connected, right? It's
Yeah.
almost as if, I mean, even in job, when you're applying for jobs, when everything, right? There's a clear distinction between what black means in America and everywhere else. In America, when you say someone is black, it typically refers to an African American, right? For us, all the others, we are we're Africans, right? And even in interaction, I mean, I have a lot of Black American friends, very great people. I mean, we are all on the surface black.
What are we?
We're Africans, now.
In America, so we're African Americans.
We're not African Americans. We're Africans.
In America?
America. Yeah,
Nigerian Americans.
We're Nigerian Americans because we're African. Like, if you think about it, the African American is easy to. I mean, it looks as if the whole continent thing, like African American. Well, we all know what that means. African Americans typically means maybe you're probably born here. Your parents, their roots are traceable to a society, a city here or some state here. Why for us, more we are from home, like from motherland.
With your explanation, you're part of the divide. I think Brooke is going to ask a question later on. Like, there's a challenge between African Americans and Africans.
Yeah.
So, but let me answer your question. Sometimes, I hope I'm not jumping the gun. Sometimes the reason for that and what Moses is trying to do is just to bring clarity to the disparate features between Africans. It's not a way of bringing segregation, because I've seen where people like, oh, the Africans, they feel like they're too much or they know everything. It's not like that. So the media blows it. But look, I take it back to you. Probably I jumped the gun.
Yeah, no. I was going to ask you. So mostly, are your kids? What would you call your kids?
My kids are Americans, so they are Nigerian.
So African?
No, they're not African American.
They're not African Americans.
They're not. No, see, and see. This is why I see it.
It becomes very dicey, right? Because if you have kids,
it's not dicey
that are born here.
It's not dicey.
Okay.
I mean, they can choose to refer to themselves as they grow up when they turn 18 as African Americans, if they want to. I'm not going to. But for me, identify them as Nigerian Americans. And this
all right, as you Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, do you understand? Like,
That's how you identify them and how they.
just like you asked me the question,
Yeah.
anybody asks
Yeah.
me the question, that's what I'm going to say. And this is the reason, right? We come from different realities. I think when we say, if we try to force unity, I don't think it makes sense. Because we can force unity in public, right? We can try and present a unified front. But the truth is that we have different cultures.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
trust me, I'm not one of those that say African Americans do not have culture. Of course, they have culture, right? They have culture. They have, I mean, it goes back, soul food, everything. They have a culture, rap music.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have that. We as Nigerians, I mean, just like saying, we're all Africans, right? Yes, you can say we're all Africans, but you drill down. My culture and someone that's from Morocco or someone that is from Sudan are totally different. So you
Yeah.
can't put us all in a box and say, oh, we are all black. Yes, on the surface we're all black, but you drill down, you're still going to have African Americans, you're still going to have Africans, and then you break that apart again. And so you can say you have a united front, which is why we respect Black History Month. But
Yeah.
we cannot feel connected to it, except we're forming it, or maybe you choose to, but in reality, I think Black American cannot be connected to my lineage from my reality from Delta States, from the land, my culture. You know, if I did chop banga soup and starch now, they don't go feel relate. It's not the same way I cannot eat soul food because I feel it's too soft. Do you understand? Not like I don't. I mean, I'm a foodie, right? I like food.
Yeah. You don't like soul food.
It does not mean I disrespect it or like no. I mean, it's cool. I've tried it, but I will go my banga soup and starch any day because that's my culture. That's what I know. So it's okay to be separated and to separate these things, but still understand that we are all the umbrella black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting you mentioned the food thing. There was something that happened. I was watching a video my wife showed me they had the Essence, this Essence festival?
Yeah.
You know the Essence magazine? So apparently last year, the president of the Essence thing is a Nigerian person. I think the president and the two top people are like Nigeria and some African country. I can't remember. So they had like a festival, and for the first time they had jollof rice there. And apparently that annoyed a lot of people because the Essence Festival was like an African American thing, but they brought jollof rice, there, and apparently some people were very angry over that, because usually they would have jambalaya rice or some other traditional thing. So
Rookie, in this life, there's nothing that you do that people will not be angry. So yeah, I mean, see, the way I see the world right now, people just you go vex for it, you won't vex for, you go for. So you can't just. I mean, I can understand though. Again, you define disrespectful. I understand. I mean, I was not there. I'm not part of this. I don't know.
Yeah.
People will get angry, sure. But if Otis wanted to say something before.
Otis, go ahead.
First of all, the failure they did, in the essence, electing a Nigerian to be their president. What do you expect?
Right.
Let's keep it at that. So.
Yeah. Speaking of which, did you guys see a little off topic? Not really off topic, related. The Shabuzi, that guy, the musician Shabuzi.
Yeah. The outrage.
The outrage. Yeah, when he won the award, and then he gave thanks to, he credited immigrants for building the country, and then rightfully, or depending on your point of view, some people were upset about that. What do you guys, what do you guys think about that whole issue?
One tree cannot make a forest. In my own opinion, there's the black people always exonerate themselves. They created this, they created that. There are a lot of things other races created, which makes the world exist today. That's why you have trade, just to attribute the success of the country to one race. Ridiculous, in my opinion. But
so you think it was blown out of proportion?
It wasn't, but some other people blow it out of proportion because we see things from different perspectives. So that area is thanking the contribution of the black people to that. But I hear sometimes the way the media, and it's not any, but the way the media portrays it is like whoever conveyed it that, oh, these were the people who did this. There are some inventions by many other races. We're not going to talk about that now, which are pivotal to society,
Yeah.
to society today. They are not mentioned. So it's, but then again, it's like just reiterating the obvious. It's just recognizing that small sector of people for the magnanimous. I can pronounce that word sometimes. It goes out of me. So let me just use another one. The colossal
Yeah.
contribution they did to society. But then
Mm.
again, I always acknowledge what everybody, the little drops. I think
Yeah.
someone told me there's a $10 bolt on an airplane. If that bolt is missing, the engine is going to shake on the engine. So it's $10. So
Bolt,
without that,
like a
yeah,
bolt,
the
like a
bolt,
screw.
like a bolt, not the screw,
Okay.
the bolt that goes inside.
Fixed. Okay.
I even got, I went too far. There's, the bolt system, there's the bolt, there's a nut, and there's a washer, right? Some people don't think the washer does any stuff, but sometimes, without the washer, everything will shake. So everybody plays a pivotal role to society building, and only the bolt, or only, like I mentioned, only one tree can make a forest.
Mm.
Again, that's my opinion.
Mm. Mostly, how about you? Do you agree with him?
I was hoping you'll forget about me. Okay, right. So, it's just like I said some minutes ago, right? People are going to react to what they're going to react to. And in the last few years, especially with the current um, government administration we have now, it has made me more politically conscious. I mean, I've always been, but where am I going with this? I watch the news and I read news most times from two sides of the coin. Sometimes I take my time to watch CNN, maybe for the 1 hour, and then I watch Fox for 1 hour, and then I ask myself if I'm still normal because the same video this person reported that the person was going left. The other person will say, "Oh no, he was going right." Then went kind of far right. There's a way they will turn the thing.
Uh,
What am I trying to
it's,
say? The Shabuzi situation, first of all,
yeah.
what even drew my attention was the fact that there's a lot of outrage in Nigeria. Oh, the video didn't win, this one didn't win, they were shouting. And I was like, "Oh, Nigeria won." And then I went to his page and then I saw God was on fire. People were reacting and saying what he said and how he said it. So the thing is, people are going to stay enraged and say, and I'm not invalidating their feelings, you
Hmm.
know, but sometimes I think you just go overboard this thing. The guy
Yeah.
is an immigrant. Said what he said. Not, I don't think he meant to denigrate or reduce the effort of the black of African Americans and their struggle. In fact, there was a comment about, oh, even the music he used to win the Grammy was literally a black
Yeah.
music,
Everybody
right?
get
Yeah.
tipsy. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, like how can he even go that far and then insult us even in first day of Black History Month? So I understand.
Yeah.
And he apologized and they still kept coming for him. So
Mm.
I just feel like of course I don't think he would just in that moment choose that moment to denigrate them. Again, you
Yeah.
can, I mean, some of the comments are like, "Oh, he was out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks." So maybe that was his mindset. He doesn't have respect for them and all that. But I don't think so. So
Yeah.
again, your feelings are valid, but come on, man.
Yeah.
Just
It's
to add something to that, it's just like people say, "My mother is the best mother in the world." Like Nigerian
yeah.
people
That
use
is
English.
exactly.
Who go say "Mama
Normally,
food soup no sweet"? So
Yeah.
it doesn't mean. I like people correcting that statement. Your mother is one of the best, not the best, because
Or saying like your wife is the most beautiful woman in the world.
that
She
I
probably
exactly.
error.
she probably isn't, but you know.
Ah,
Yeah, so that's it. And people will get offended by that, which is true, which even though you convey it in the right way, but it is what it is. And I like it when people disagree because we see things from different facets, and it allow people to express their opinion. And you introspectively or retrospectively look at things, and if you said one egregious thing, you can say, "Oh, that's the way I saw it." Everybody's entitled to their opinion, and it's not enforced
Mhm.
on anybody.
mhm.
Yeah. So, as African immigrants here in the United States, we get to essentially benefit from the. There are a lot of, America now is so much different from the way it was from the 60s or 70s, right? So, do you guys feel like you're benefiting from the the sacrifice and hard work of all the civil rights progress that, frankly, you did not fight for, right? Do you feel like you do you feel how do you feel about benefiting from all that as
Um,
Africans, immigrants here?
I like to just answer the name. Yeah, somebody had to do what it is, even regardless of the people who did it. If somebody would have done it anyway. People would have stood up to themselves, for themselves rather. So the fact that those are laid down, I wouldn't say we really benefited from it because it was already there. It's already there. We just came to meet it. We still have our own struggles, our own personal life we put. So I don't have a clear answer to your question whether we're benefited. It was or it was just like life was already given to us. So you can
Mm,
say, oh, what am I benefiting from life? Even the so-called people born 30 years ago, would you say they are benefit? What part of the struggle did they experience? It's
right,
already there, it's already given.
right.
And fine, we're benefiting and found out, but then again, somebody else would have done it. And this is to also exonerate them for clearing the path, and but it's not to discredit what they have done. But to answer your
Mhm,
question, that's the best way I could answer it. I don't really call it benefit because a lot of things would have it could be that been anyone else. So
mhm.
that's just it, a quick synopsis
How
to your
about you,
question.
Mosi?
I keep hoping you forget me.
Sorry for the difficult questions.
No, no, it's
Yeah,
fine.
very
No,
challenging.
I mean, so okay, so I mean, I see it differently though. I feel like yes, we benefited, but not just us. Every immigrant has benefited from the struggle, right? The civil
Right.
rights movement literally changed America, changed the way Americans see immigrants.
Yeah.
Not just the so it's not just Africans, like because in this context we're
Yeah.
talking of like us Africans, not us alone.
Right.
It's everyone, right? So, and I'm going to again disagree with this because when it said somebody would have done it, well, guess what? Someone had done it for us back home. Africa will not be where it is today, right? So it's true. I mean, it's true. If maybe we not decide to jackpot, maybe we did now carry say, man, you see what kid out there, or off us here. Let me not use that word. Yeah. If we say, oh, off us here, oh, Nigeria must change. Maybe we go there back home now. Maybe Nigeria go there very tush and everything. But no, we jackpot. So I think it's I think no, I think we're benefiting from it because most of the time, as you said at the beginning of this thing, I mean, before we open our mouth, it's easy to first of all assume that we are black, and then you put your mouth, and then someone can decide to, oh, you have a different accent. Oh, are you from Ghana? Are you from Nigeria? Blah blah blah. But so we are benefiting from it. I mean, I
Yeah.
can't.
I will ask you two rhetorical questions.
Okay.
So one, you said back home, and it's in regards to if somebody would have done it. One, the people who fought for the civil rights movement that you know today, were people fighting before them, or were they the ones who were the pinnacle or the foundation of the fight? Two, uh, Nigeria's problem, you might not experience it in your lifetime. It's in the making. There are other activists who are fighting for this stuff. We might not experience it, but one day, hopefully in our lifetime.
Oh,
So, are you saying Nigeria? Let me not lead you on to the question. The other one day there are people fighting for a better Nigeria, and one day, maybe in our lifetime or maybe not, people will come into a podcast like this. Maybe our descendants will come and say, "Oh, our people fought, and these were the people who fought for this, and when Nigeria became where it is." So I throw it back to you. Those
yeah,
rhetorical
yeah,
questions.
yeah,
I have
you
the
think
answers to
rhetorical,
those.
so maybe I shouldn't answer. But the thing is,
No, rhetorical to me,
oh, to you,
not
yeah,
to
okay,
you.
yeah, because I mean, I'm just thinking like, in all honesty, Nigeria. I mean, I mean, we are in. I mean, we're young men. We're in our 20s, so in a few years on earth, we have seen the kind of civil rights fight we have in Nigeria,
Mm,
where somebody that is civil rights people. In fact, there are people that I know that were civil rights activists when I was young. That now they are the politicians that are enjoying private jets and hanging their nose and giving foot massage. So that's the kind I've seen. So I would. every day respect the ones that are here that fought and lost their lives and changed their people's lives on a pathway to make it better, right? Whether they've taken advantage of it, whether it has yielded as much fruit as they would have dreamt of in the 60s when those things were happening. Probably, oh, I have a dream kind of talk. All those things, maybe the projection they had is not where they should be, right? But at least those people were our own. The ones I have seen in my own lifetime, they were our civil rights people for now. They are even the politicians are telling us to shut up and talking too much. So with all due respect, that's what I'm telling you. Me personally, I have utmost respect for Black America, and I say it with all sense of seriousness. Like Black America and their struggle, right, and the whole movement, the way they bond together. Even if sometimes you can see people online trolls that take it too far. Oh, how can you say maybe you or your head? You say you are what's the word? Trying to appropriate hairstyles,
Cultural appropriation.
appropriation. You know, there are people that always take it too far, but it's like that's in everything. You know, I was watching CNN the other day, and someone was saying something about immigrants and how they bite somebody on the bus. Oh, the person, and someone just asked the person like, "Let me pull up the stats of the American citizens and people that bite this. Is that what happened?" You know, so why we make it so you can nitpick and say, but in on the average, I would say the Black Americans have really done a lot, especially for themselves
Mm.
and for the Black race in general. Because, and this is why I say this, we've seen other Black people across the globe. I have people, we have Blacks in the UK, we have Blacks in Australia, we have Blacks everywhere. They will tell you there's their own is this systemic racism. There are clear ceilings that you cannot pass. Here, I mean, you can still see Black people own this, own that. I mean, we've been to Europe now.
Yeah.
Europe, Black people are not as successful as they are here. So you can't take it away from what those people did. Whether they were people before them or after them, or I mean, I don't know. The struggle continues, but I think
Yeah. Yeah.
honestly, that's the way I see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. All right.
Fair
All
enough.
right. So let me ask you guys, do you feel like I think we touched on this a little bit. Do you feel like the tension between Africans and African Americans is more, you think, first of all, do you feel there's a tension between us? Or
Mhm.
do you feel like
I was
it's
ready for this. I
more
knew you were
common
going to
than
ask this.
people admit publicly? What do you
There's
guys think?
no, there's no tension. It's just misunderstanding and cultural survival.
Mm,
I can have a different view with you, and you could go to Massachusetts, you could go to Minnesota. Oh, you see two people of the same race. Oh, you just reach a conclusion. Oh, I mean, you have the data. Like if you data, any data you see is as smart as the person who formulated the data. Then when you do empirical analysis, you know, okay, where did you take your data from, and all those kind of things. Africans sometimes they want to talk about their culture. Oh, I didn't come here. I came here on a plane and all this kind of stuff. It's just to point clarity. So people have disagreement. I'm sure on this podcast we have our disagreement. So somebody might see this podcast like, oh, I saw three Africans that disagree.
mm,
Human beings we share different opinion, and I think I did a training one time. We're all prejudiced. There's a reason you pick a Toyota out of a Honda, or you pick one out of or the other, but you
pick the
don't condemn
cheapest
and you
one.
let people get their opinion. So some people might have seen maybe some African and African American having differences and just reach those conclusions.
Mm,
Again, and this is my opinion, is just a misunderstanding the cultural identity and survival instincts. You feel based on the way America is today, you feel if you follow a certain race, you'll be more successful than the other. So it's not a way to judge that, oh, you don't agree, but it's just the way, it's just the nature of the beast. That's the way I see it.
Mostly, do you feel like this? Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I mean, I think it's obvious, right? It's there, but how deep is it? I don't know. You know, but it's there, and again, I can decide to apportion blame from my own point of view, but I will try not to do that. The truth of the matter is that we, especially us coming from Africa, right? We have a different cultural system, right? Our values, morality, education. There's a way we see life, right? And s- for lack of a better word, sometimes we get carried away and try to impose our view on people even before meeting them, right? You have this opinion that, oh, you plait your hair, a guy plaits his hair, oh, he's a bad guy, because that's where you're coming from, right? Oh, you smoke weed, you're a bad person. Oh,
Yeah.
you are
You
you
got tattoo, you got
got tattoos,
earrings.
you got
Hmm.
earrings, right? That's the way a lot of us, I mean, speaking as Nigeria, that's the way a lot of us come in here, right? With that mindset. So sometimes you might, I'm just giving an example. You can meet someone that because of your upbringing, or maybe if you came here at 25 or 20, for the last 20 years, your parents have told you that you see somebody, a man plaiting his hair, or a lady dressed in some kind of way in the summer when it's so hot, is a useless person. So you can even help the way your face looks, or your shock, or your disgust, or your right? And this happens across board a lot of times, right? It happens
Yeah.
across board a lot of times. And then it's easy to just judge and say, oh, this person is this one is that. And then they too, I mean, when I mean they, I'm not trying to be segregating anyone, but Black Americans also look at us and say, this is about local people. Maybe for the first time you're climbing escalator for the first time and you're acting all funny. Like, oh, these local Africans, right?
Right.
So just on the surface level of how people like look at each other. Nobody's giving the other person benefit of the doubt that okay, maybe with time you will catch up, maybe. So that one is already there. And then we have derogatory names to call ourselves, right? For us, we call, I'm not going to say the name here, we call, but they too also have a derogatory name. They call Africans. So, I mean, some of our friends have told me before that, when the first came here, it was all over, that's how this was sold them. Oh, their hair, one thing, whatever.
Mhm.
So, those things have happened over time, right? And then, because for us, sometimes we're coming from a system where I mean, this might be controversial, but I come from a system where, for someone like me, I work in a system where in Nigeria you have to deal with not just there's no racism per se. All of us are African, like,
Mhm.
but you have to deal with tribalism, right? You have to deal with
Mhm.
nepotism. You have to deal with all these things. So coming here, if it's racism that someone is thinking is better than you because of color of your skin, you're coming from something that in your own mindset is far worse than what this person maybe, and of course this can just come and say you are a black some whatever. I don't use the word
Mhm.
to your face. Maybe they are I'm kind of person like I'm here to make money. So we are here with a different mindset and we just want to make money. But for the black Americans or the African Americans here, this is their country. Like now here in my country. So they're not coming here to make money, they live here. So their
Yeah.
own view of how we approach things is to them, oh, it was our Uncle Tom's or whatever. Oh, we just want to make money most times.
Yeah.
Yeah, we came here to our workshop. We come for them at their house. Do you get it now? That was like back home when in for instance in Warri, I'm not delegating any tribe, but you see, oh, your gate man. Most times they come from the north, right? So you just think that oh, all these people they're always gate men. Because for them, those people they came from the north, they don't care. They come here, come work, they can do any job. But you is your home, so you're like, big man. Do you get that kind of thing? So it's that
Yeah.
kind of mindset. Do you get it? So it happens, but it's just a pocket of society. Most of my greatest friends here are Black Americans, for Christ's sake.
Hmm.
Although the most negative treatment I've got in this country are still from them, but I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to judge or something. No, 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 no. It's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, you're right. There's definitely that tension between us. You feel it, you hear it.
They
With
don't
that
like.
shabuzi thing, it comes out.
Mm-hmm,
Even sometimes, let's say there is like a movie.
mm-hmm.
Let's say a movie is maybe like I don't know if you guys remember during that Black Panther movie when they made that. They'll say, "Oh, the guy who played it, he's not really from Africa. He's African America." There's always all this like tension. Like, oh, let's say there's a role. Um,
Even that lady movie, Woman King or something.
Oh yeah,
Woman
yeah,
King, that thing, yeah.
yeah,
Why is that
yes,
African American?
Yeah, so there's always that tension, like, oh, why didn't you use an African person, or why did you use an African person for this, or this person? Even sometimes it's even skin color, skin tone. There's so many, like, it's just an endless,
Well, just people
yeah,
always
endless.
like,
So mostly, let me ask you, because you mentioned something, tribalism.
mhm.
Which one is worse, tribalism or racism?
They're cousins.
They're cousins. But again, that's what I'm saying. Like for me, if you ask me,
Yeah.
I will tell you tribalism. Why? Because
It's worse. Tribalism is
it's
worse.
it's
It's,
worse because
yes,
see,
yes,
for me, this is why I think it's worse. I can understand that. I mean, a different country. I emigrated.
right.
I immigrated to another country, and then someone who feels I'm not welcome like that, or is feeling some kind of way.
Right.
But when I did my house, and then because we're not the same tribe, it's more painful. Do you understand? Or we're in the same company, all of us are, or we are Niger, all of us, and then you say, oh, this one is correct, can speak one particular language, and then some kind of other things like, okay, maybe your resources from where you're from, maybe there's one oil company drilling at the back of your house, and then there's oil spillage everywhere. That's so bad. So it's worse. Again, if you ask an African American, I tell you racism, but that's what he has experienced. He has not
Yep.
experienced
Yep.
tribalism. Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
think there's beef between black people from Baltimore and black people from Florida. I'm not sure say beef. Yeah, for us, you go say this one Urobo, this one Isoko, this one even inside our data state, wahala.
It's yeah, even Urobo, yeah,
Inside
Ishakiri,
Urobo,
like yeah, it's
you
so,
can't take away all these things really.
yeah, yeah,
It's
it's
kind of funny you mentioned Urubu. Urubu, they have different dialects, which is kind of funny. Even inside the
mm,
Urubu, they said one is the unique one. It's kind of disgusting at the same time. Like even in the same, we're not even going and saying the same tribe. You are fake. You are from here and all. And
mm-hmm,
don't even go into the Isoko tribes and the Okwe or the Ubiye.
Bro.
Inside
mm-hmm.
the same Urubu tribe, they're different. Even in the Igbo too. You have Delta, some of them they call them Delta Igbo, and this one is Anambra
See,
Igbo. And all.
see, even wait, you haven't helping Igbos. There are six southern states. Anambra Igbos think they are different from Ebonyi Igbos. They say Ebonyi Igbos are Totan Igbos. I'm telling you, there's that beef inside. See, Africa get wahala. That's why for me, I'm here and I'm looking like, is it that Black Americans are offended by like not Nigerians, like Africa? We have seen it to the roots. Should we don't even inside our own language, even inside your village where you are from in Africa, there's beef between one side of the village with one like that division. We just claim unity, no day.
Mm-hmm.
So I think sometimes it's just better to live and accept that they are bloodlines. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Just live and accept their bloodlines and just live your life and go.
So yeah, so let me ask you guys, it's Black History Month. So usually here people celebrate, they do a lot of things. In fact, in my town, they do like a parade,
Oh,
like
really?
Martin Luther King parade. Yeah, I actually took part in a parade actually last year. Um,
Mm.
so it's kind of big. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. They do like marching, bands, food.
Oh, wow.
It's usually a fun time. Have you guys been in any? Do you guys celebrate it at all or anything? Or what do you guys usually
Someone
do?
never invites me.
I
I never ask
just,
for a
Yeah.
vote.
I just so solitary. I've never actively gone on anyone. Probably since you
Yeah.
mentioned that, maybe next year I'll try to participate.
I'm sure next year. We still have
Like,
many
we're
days.
still we're still in February now.
No, not this year for Joe. I said next year. I know why. I will give you time to
Yeah,
understand. Probably they have regale.
after this podcast, I will reach out to some of my. But I'll tell them that how far now. Maybe I say this also to celebrate. We celebrate them, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
yeah.
very close to the capital, so I should be able
Mm.
to jump on one or two.
It's celebrated on the internet and not in person, like
Not in
Nigerian
person.
celebration. Like in Nigeria, if the Muslims are celebrating Salah, you're gonna eat ram. If the celebration was that prevalent, you would have heard something like, "Oh, we're
I think they
cooking
are
this or
parties,
that."
though. I don't know whether party they
No,
do.
Yeah,
no, no.
yeah.
Because
Or if you
Well,
go
I
for a
mean,
talk, they do a seminar or whatever.
mhm. Now, granted, there are some people who don't like the idea of a Black History Month. you know,
Your opinion.
which yeah, which is a whole thing here in the United States.
Just
But
allow people to be. I think
yeah,
it's true now.
so
The life is getting too complicated.
it
Everybody gets.
is
As I'm telling you that everybody gets angry. Right? You go online.
everything.
You see, if I go online now, I just write red is a color. I just write that. Trust me. Somebody will come ask me, why do you think red is a color? I'm like, that's my own opinion now. You know what I see far right now? Somebody will vex. That's how these illiterates will just come and say red is a color. Like, why you did vex? My own tweets now. If you don't like it, scroll. Mm-mm. You know, people always offend anything. Orange is a color. Oh, why we say orange is a fruit? I know. I just said orange is a color because it's the color of the shirt I want to wear tomorrow. Yes, when you say fruit first, for a color. Who asked you now? That's my opinion.
All right, so let me ask you, what can we do? What solutions do you have? What can you prescribe to solve this problem? So there's unity and solidarity. What's your recommendation
Before
mostly?
things go, let me just respond. See my response. See this what they call this water, me. Do like this. Drink water and mind your business. That's the solution. Everybody will be all right. Full stop. That's my response.
So,
Otis, you got any solution to bring solidarity?
um, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Keep it moving.
And
Keep
it's
it
very,
moving. Yeah.
and what's your own
Yeah.
solution, man? Let's say
Yeah.
if you want golden solution, you where they ask.
Um, my solution is to just everyone just try to understand each other. Try to see that we're all the same.
It's never
I
happen.
know it will never happen, right?
True, true.
Yeah, but yeah, I know it's interesting. Definitely, like if we go back to that, the history of civil rights, right? Like Martin Luther King, right? Like he was so pivotal. One, he won Nobel Peace Prize. That's how pivotal he was, and he's so pivotal to the point whereby, like, I have a dream. Like even racist people will quote that I have a dream. That's how pivotal that was. And I wish we can get to that point. you know there's some things we could learn, but I don't know. I don't. This podcast is not to come up with solutions to problems. It's just to talk about it's just to talk about our experiences and what we see.
Oh,
um
okay.
yeah, it's but definitely we're black, we're all one, we celebrate it. It's Black History Month. So for those of you watching and listening, support your black brothers and black sisters, celebrate, go out, eat some
Subscribe,
jam,
subscribe. We're all
subscribe.
black.
Yeah, yeah.
Subscribe. We're all black. Help us.
any
Help our
closing th- any closing thoughts before we go?
life.
Um, I think I don't have anything today. This episode was kind of.
It's a difficult one, huh?
It wasn't, but I feel yeah, it was like treading on eggshells, and you have to
Mm,
say politically correct things, but
Yes, so
mm,
because like Moses said, color it could be misconveyed. Probably my closing talk would trigger somebody. So
mhm.
I would just say, like I said earlier, see no evil, hear no evil, and just keep it moving. Thank you.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.